You were obviously born in the North East, so was it a boyhood dream for you to play for Newcastle?
I think born in North, you want to play for anybody, but I mean, to be fair, when I was growing up, my dad was a keen Sunderland supporter, so when he used to take us to the games, I used to end up going to Roker Park, and I think at the time when I was growing up, I wanted to play for Sunderland more, but I went on trial a couple of times, and unfortunately for me, they didn't accept us, and ended up going to Coventry. Then at 16, they released us, didn't think I was good enough or big enough.
Right.
Then after that, I had another trial with Sunderland. They didn't accept us, and then I signed amateur with Solo, who had 1 year with them, and Newcastle signed us up. So, I mean, I'm more or less a North East fan, rather. I mean, I like to see them all do well now. But when I was growing up, I liked Sunderland, but then obviously I went to play for Newcastle, and I enjoyed me 5 years in. The fans there were great. It was so, obviously I've got a special place for Newcastle now.
Was there a split allegiance when you used to play Sunderland or whatever, on the occasions that you did when you were with Newcastle or any North East club?
To be fair, I only played against them in a friendly when I was at Newcastle. But I've played against Newcastle on numerous occasions. Yeah, it is strange when you first go back and play. I mean, I was at Tottenham. I went back and played. It was very strange. I think I got booked on one of my few occasions. So it is strange when you do go back and play against them. But I'm used to it now. But yeah, I mean, it always adds a bit of interest. You know the press are going to come onto that week.
Yeah.
I mean, we've got them this Saturday and it's Sheffield, yeah, so I mean they'll probably come on again about it, and
Yeah.
it's a bit of a pain, to be fair.
Yeah, goes on a bit too long.
Yeah.
I mean, with your years at Newcastle, it was like 5 years you were there. There's a lot of prestigious names that came out of that era. I mean, there's Beardsley and obviously Gascoigne as well. Newcastle seemed to go through an era of creating these stars. Why do you think that was?
I mean, out of three, there's only Gaza really who went through the ranks properly. Schoolboy, apprentice, then professional. I think me and Peter were basically going around clubs trying to get contracts off people, but nobody would touch with. So we ended up drifting into the Saturday leagues and the Sunday morning, the pub sides.
Why do you think they wouldn't touch you?
I don't know, Peter. I mean, myself personally, they thought I was a bit too small. I was very small when I left school, and
you must have sprouted in the last few years.
Yeah, when I got in the sausage factory, I got strung out. No, it was strange. I don't know why they all said I don't know about Peter personally, but I mean myself. They all said I had ability, but I was obviously a bit lightweight. So it used to do me head in, to be fair, because I always thought, well, what size you got to do it if you got the ability? Because in the games I used to play, I used to do well. So I couldn't understand it. And then, as I said, once I got working and I started growing, and then clubs obviously came back. But it was frustrating. I had 6 months on the dole, and then two and a bit years in the seasoning factory, not as such as sausage. But I mean, I'm glad I came up through that way, to be perfectly honest, because you appreciate what you get after.
Yeah, obviously it was a bit of a disappointment going from one season to a different kind of seasoning. But I mean, did that sort of bring you down to earth again after playing football?
Well, it's school, to be fair. I didn't stick in. I just thought I was going to be a footballer, and that was that was it. When Coventry said at 16 there's no apprenticeships here now left, you can go. I thought, well, I'll get another club, and as I said, nobody really was interested, so I ended up going on the dole and looking for work. So it was a big mistake, obviously. I always recommend now to kids they should stick in at school, but I didn't. But I've been lucky enough to come through the difficult side of it and get the rewards.
Yeah. There seems to be many players that are quite hit and miss. Clive Allen's another one that's been at so many clubs. He's like the nearly man of football. Do you think this should be more of a training ground for aspiring footballers?
Yeah, I mean, you look at the FA and they're going to start these academies and schools of excellence, and I think they should just go back to the basics. I mean, if you go, anywhere, Brazil or Holland, it's all based on the ball and it's all based on natural ability. Players find out where they want to play, kids. When you go and have 11-a-side on, I used to watch the big match on a Sunday afternoon, and then I used to meet at 3 o'clock on the field over the back, and sometimes it was 50 within 25 a side, and but players automatically go to the back, the wings, the front, and that's natural ability at that age. You'll find out where you're good, you can play.
Did you always play in the wing?
No, I didn't. I played.
You were goalkeeper.
I used to play a lot at the back in them games with my mates, and then I played 1 year in goal for a team.
How did you fare?
It was alright. I enjoyed it, but I used to get frustrated. If you didn't have much to do. And
what if you dropped it?
I did a few of them, but I used to get a bit frustrated, and I obviously wanted to go out and play. But
Keep your hands warm now.
Yeah, well, in Newcastle on that wind, you don't really, you need more than a pair of gloves. So no, I had some different positions, and I found, you know, and then as you get older, you start thinking, well, I'm better at that, and then I ended up on the wing, or I ended up playing up front.
Yeah, I mean, this body swerve that you have, is this something that you've tried to adapt throughout the way you play? Is it naturally? Is it like as soon as you were born you were swerving?
It was swerved. Used to go change me nappy.
Just missed you.
When I changed me nappy, I used to do it. No, it's just natural. You know, people always say, "Oh, you can coach this and coach that."
Yeah.
I think certain things you can coach, definitely.
Yeah.
But I think ability is just natural. You know, it's just something you're born with. Because if it was work, you'd have every kid in the country doing it.
Yeah.
You kind of, it's just something you're born with. Other players are stronger at different parts of the game.
Yeah.
Some players have got that, and some players have got this. So for me, I was doing that. I saw a video my brother made of us on a old cine camera when I was 13, and we got it put onto a video cassette. And when I was looking at that, and it was exactly the same tricks I was doing then as I'm doing now. So, and I was 13 then. So I mean, it's just natural how players, you know, it's like saying to Ryan Giggs, "How do you just say you don't know, you just do it."
Yeah.
It's not something you actually put in your mind and think, I'm going to do that.
Yeah. It's like a Klinsmann falling down. It's natural to him as
Well,
well.
you said that.
Yeah. So, besides football, I mean, what other career avenue would you have chosen if you hadn't got into football besides stuffing sausages?
I don't know. At the time, I mean, I was just happy for a job.
Yeah.
My mate was a bricklayer. He started his own business, so I'd probably been hood carrying, but I don't think I would have been I'm not actually muscular built for that, so I think that would have been that difficult. But I don't know. I always wanted to work outside, so I'm lucky enough I've got that. But at the time, I was trying to get a job for the council cutting the lawns, but there's too many applicants, so I didn't get it.
Too much bother.
Yeah.